Hey fam, welcome back. Hopefully you guys are doing good and having a great day. If you're not, please let me know what I can do to help you. Until then, there are some updates from Candace. So Candace has been on it. She's been doing a lot of investigation since the beginning of the incident with Charlie. And she's been finding some interesting things that is absolutely obliterating the narrative that the FBI is trying to spoon feed us. She's digging up so much shit that she is actively pulling a dead man switch. I had no idea what a dead man switch was, but apparently a dead man switch is if something were to happen to you, there are multiple others that will release information to expose those who silenced you. So we're going to watch this video and then we're going to get into some updates.
I went ahead this week and sent around a life insurance policy of sorts, a package rather, to people that I trust, a package filled with text messages, emails, private communications, videos, and private legal documents. So if anything happens to me, you guys will know exactly who it is that has been making my life a living hell over the past couple of years. People that are trying to bankrupt me, trying to bankrupt me and my family, that are threatening us to sue us. Everything that Kanye said was so real. Okay. I'm now at that point where you look back and you go, man, Kanye was right. He was really saying something about what it takes to leave, to fight for custody of your own soul. Just leave me alone. Let me say what I believe and you say what you believe. Fight fair.
So a few years ago, we all know that Kanye was coming out and talking about certain kinds of people, right, from a certain country over in the Middle East, and how they had abused him. So we saw it everywhere. Obviously, we know that Kanye has went off the deep end with all of the music videos that he's come out with. We know that. But apparently, what he's been saying about the certain people who come from a certain country is all true.
Why do you always have to make this threat to bankrupt people? And I want you to know that those people, if anything happens to me, they have my explicit permission to release it all, detonate it all, expose all of these people in politics and in the movement who behave like this behind the scenes. It's necessary. And I highly recommend every single person that is out there that has a platform and is going through things and is scared, do the same. Send everything around to about 8 people that you trust. And I mean, I've ranged it. I sent it to journalists, text messages, and screenshots to people ranging from Max Blumenthal to Andrew Tate. They won't know where it's coming from. It will be everywhere.
So that is essentially her life insurance policy. So we're going to go ahead and go to some of the updates here. This was a couple days ago. See what some of the updates are.
At checkout. All right, a couple of updates for you. We're getting all of your emails, and I want to tell you we're working on everything. Okay, it's like an investigation that never stops. It's just trains that are slowly moving as we get answers. And like I said, even that I've been sitting on for a while, waiting for people to react, see what people say, because I need to know who's guilty of what. I don't know, but I need to watch people lie. Now, one area of conversation that I haven't said much about, but I want you to know we are still working on it, are the 2 planes that day, right? The one of them being the plane that people have recognized is military. That's tail number N1098L. So this plane left from Texas, went over to Utah right about the time that Charlie got assassinated. It dipped real low. It seemed like who knows what this plane was being sent there for, but the fact that this plane had been used in the military rightfully alerted people to the fact that they may have had some knowledge. This plane may have had some knowledge of what was going to occur. But one thing I want to clarify for you is that that plane was being contracted. You guys noticed that it was owned by Lasai Aviation LLC. We are awaiting more information, but I just wanted to let you know that if you recognize that, it is strange. It did happen. There's no question. I've been saying from the beginning, this was a military operation. It's very obvious. The more you peel back the onion, it is very obvious that this was a military operation. So it's fitting that you would have a plane that the military certainly uses. Who would contract that sort of plane? Now, would be a very easy question for Kash Patel to answer. Hey, Kash Patel, most transparent ever, except when it comes to Epstein. What's up with this plane? Certainly, you have knowledge of who contracted this plane. The answer, if you're being transparent, is going to be like, oh, just a coincidence. Just a coincidence. Somebody decided to take a vacation flight from Texas over Utah to do a little circle and return back home. Happens all the time. When you're bored and you just have an unbelievable amount of money, that's what you do. We're not going to get those answers from Cash Patel about that plane. We're not even getting straight answers about the other plane. That's the plane.
We're not even getting straight answers about any of it. They haven't even said anything about all of the other footage that was coming out. They're still saying that they found the bullet inside of Charlie's neck, that Charlie has bones of fucking steel. Apparently, he's Superman. Planes, though, this is something new. I haven't heard about this just yet.
Plane where Derek Maxfield, his wife Shalane Maxfield, they sold some beauty company for billions, I believe, and they now just run a human sex trafficking organization in Utah. That was that plane. I can't remember. 888 is what I actually remember. And it seemed as though that plane left. It went to Page, Arizona, and it appeared that the ADSB transponder turned off. Now, what Cash Patel told us is different from what Derek Maxfield told us. Derek Maxfield on Instagram clarified that the air traffic control center was in agreement with them that they could stop transponding. Cash Patel says that plane never stopped transponding. So I don't know what the truth is, and I'm not even pretending that we're ever going to get the truth. What I can tell you is that the investigation that we have been privately conducting has led to more questions than answers. Obviously,
That's pretty typical for high profile assassinations like this.
multiple pilots, people.
I don't think we're ever really going to get the answers, guys, to be honest with you. They already have such a negative view from the public that I definitely believe that they're going to continue to push forward. Either that or they're going to find another narrative that makes a little bit more sense. Definitely a lot more than a 30-06 round being found in Charlie's neck because he has fucking bones of steel. But I don't expect us to get to the bottom of what actually happened. That's just typically how these things go. We can try. And I definitely encourage trying, for sure. And if you happen to see anything, please let me know. You can email me or you can share sources with me on my socials. I'm on X, I'm on Instagram. So please send those to me. I've taken a look at some already, and this thing just keeps getting weirder. The more we get into the situation, the more questions we have. We're not finding answers, and I think that's the craziest part about it. But that's typically how situations like this go. They want people to be as confused as possible when they're trying to find the bottom of things.
That work at these airports, people who are invested in this story have reached out, and I'm grateful for that. Multiple people have confirmed that this plane was a little bit weird that day. It was supposed to land in Page, Arizona, in Millionaire FBO. Last second, it made a change. Just so you guys know, an FBO is just a private terminal. So if you're in a public airport, you go to Terminal 7. If you're flying private, you go to FBO and it has a name. So that plane was supposed to land into an FBO called Millionaire. Last second, I mean last second, that plane decided to change and say, we are going to instead land into Signature, a different FBO. Apparently it landed into Signature. That's certainly what we were told. But there's something off about that because when people are trying to look into it, somebody at that FBO at first said, "Oh yes, you've made multiple trips in the last couple of days," and then that person said, "I don't know what you're talking about. No plane ever landed here." What? Multiple people have confirmed this for me. That there's something very unusual about this flight. They are guarding information about this flight. That doesn't make sense to me. I don't like that we've got feds guarding like FBO information. We've got feds guarding Dairy Queens. I don't know. I don't know. Do you need your ice cream guarded? What is going on? Like, guys, you got to just give up. It's going to come out. Whatever it is going to come out. You would have to, and I wouldn't put it past you, you'd have to get rid of all of us. You got like 7 billion people you've got to ethnically cleanse right now. If you want us to just forget about the Charlie Kirk story, it's no one's forgetting it, okay? Not the ballistics guys on YouTube that we're all listening to. And no one's gonna let this one go because, and by the way, that's your fault. I don't know whose sadistic idea it was to make this a public execution. But let me tell you where you made the mistake. Okay. In 1963, when JFK was shot, people didn't watch it on TikTok. People mostly read about it, and then the feds lied about it, they heard about it. But to be able to have us watch that live around the world, you traumatized all of us. And not
This is exactly why entities performing high profile assassinations like this is some of the dumbest shit that you could ever do. Because we live in such an age where technology is so advanced, people can pick footage apart frame by frame in their living room. So it's not like 1963 where you had pretty shitty cameras recording from one angle or maybe two angles. You have multiple different angles now, and you have multiple avenues of access to the footage, to share it, to talk about it. So more of the truth is going to come out eventually. I just don't think that we're going to solve the case completely.
in the way that you meant to. You meant to traumatize us and maybe then make us fearful and scared. And yeah, that happened. Then you made us really angry that corruption is allowed to be like this, just so to, and I wouldn't put it past you, you'd have to get rid of all of us. You got like seven whose sadistic idea it was to make this a public execution. But let me tell you where you made the mistake. Okay. In 1963, when JFK was shot, people didn't watch it on TikTok. People mostly read about it, and then the feds lied about it, they heard about it. But to be able to have us watch that live around the world, you traumatized all of us. And not in the way that you meant to. You meant to traumatize us and maybe then make us fearful and scared. And yeah, that happened. Then you made us really angry that corruption is allowed to be like this, just so blatant and so in our face, looking at us as if we're nothing. And what are you going to do about it? That's the attitude. What are you going to do about it? You wanted to traumatize us and then to, on a dime, flip and look us in the face and go, how dare you ask questions? People are grieving. Yeah, we're grieving because you assassinated Charlie Kirk in front of the entire world. If you had pretended he slipped and fell on some ice in the winter, stay upset. Anyways, I'm gonna tell you guys also in an update about Josh Hammer, who's an idiot. He really is an idiot. First and foremost, just funny. I should have pulled it up. He also brought up his book. He issued a statement about the retreat weekend. Josh Hammer just lies through his teeth all the time, and so he was releasing a statement about how wonderful the Hamptons. Stay upset. Anyways, I'm gonna tell you guys also in an update about Josh Hammer, who's an idiot. He really is an idiot. First and foremost, just funny. I should have pulled it up. He also brought up his book. He issued a statement about the retreat weekend. Josh Hammer just lies through his teeth all the time, and so he was releasing a statement about how wonderful the Hamptons retreat was, and that him and Seth Dillon totally did not press Charlie on anything. And in this public statement, he mentioned his book again. He said, like, I came to the Hamptons because Charlie wanted me to bring signed copies of my book. I mean, wacky. I mean, this man, it's always appropriate if you're Josh Hammer to promote your book, which is just amazing. Anyways, his response yesterday to our episode was to release text messages between him and Charlie following the call. Great. It lets us know that the call happened at the exact same time that we figured it would actually happen in our timeline, that it had to have been an evening call before he tweeted public execution in this 3-hour window. But these are the messages. We should read them. Charlie Kirk, thank you for your help, guys. A totally standard response that you say no matter what. Exclamation point. And then I assume this is Josh Hammer that replies and says, good luck at the campus visit start. Don't hesitate to let me know or any of us know how we can help. What's your first stop tomorrow, by the way? And I felt like that was weird because I feel like his whole story was that Charlie was reaching out to him because he wanted help to strengthen his debate. Uh, he needed tips on how to, because he just loved Israel so hard that he was like, "Give me the best talking points so I can go out there and I can defend this state." And I know that like a couple hours ago I was really angry and I said I'm done with the pro-Israel lobby, but now I just love you so much that I want to get on the phone with you and have you, who could not beat me in a debate, teach me how to debate. That's what he told us. So we're supposed to believe that he didn't know where Charlie was debating, but that was what the call was about. I don't know. I feel like you would maybe know, and that may have come up in a call where you were prepping for his debate tomorrow, where exactly it was that he was debating tomorrow. I don't know anything other than that Josh Hammer is an idiot who can't be trusted and lies through his teeth.
So I wanted to show you the text messages. So apparently, what people were saying about the text messages turned out to be true. And so we're gonna take a look at this video.
Like, right, like he was super de duper Judeo Christian. Actually, release a name every day this week. But I want to show you this because suffice it to say, Rob McCoy was on this text thread, and I think it helps contextualize him as a person, in my view, that he would attack me for telling the truth about the pressure that he was facing. Take a look. So Charlie writes in this group chat, just lost another huge Jewish donor, uh, 2 million a year because we won't cancel Tucker. I'm thinking of inviting Candace. Somebody writes, oh. Charlie writes, Jewish donors play into all of the stereotypes. I cannot and will not be bullied like this, leaving me no choice but to leave the pro-Israel cause. And somebody writes, a donor writes, please do not invite Candace. That might feel good short term, but it's not good long term. In my opinion, like all groups, you're going to get a wide variety of opinions. That nasty free will thing that God bestowed on us makes life frustrating at times after the dust settles a bit, maybe. So, again, this is 48 hours before Charlie Kirk was assassinated. He was very clear and he was very explicit, and he did not back down, not in that Hamptons meeting, which they're all lying about, nor in this text thread. I'm not going to reveal the names of the other 7. Actually, you know what? I disagree with myself 4 seconds ago. Let's just throw in Josh Hammer for funsies. He's on this chat. Okay. So, what are we to make of that? Okay, now that I'm showing you this and showing to you that the conversations were real, I want you to reflect. And it took me a lot of patience to allow the lies that were being woven and the misrepresentations of people that were pretending that I was just, high on lying about Charlie and the pressure he was under, the attacks that not just me, Tucker Carlson, Megyn Kelly faced for trying to stand up and tell the truth about what Charlie was actually going through. Why are you hearing it though from me and Tucker Carlson and Megyn Kelly? Isn't that weird? You got people that are hosting a show. Have they, in like one honorable thing, come out and said, like, you know what? F a couple of these donors who made his life a living hell in the last couple of weeks. Why haven't they done that? There's also a rabbi in that chat. Like, why hasn't anybody made that move to at least say, to vindicate what I have been saying about what he was going through? That registers to me as very
Why? It's a business chat, right? Why is there a rabbi in there?
suspicious. I'm going to frankly say that it's suspicious to me. It makes me think that in the same way that Charlie was being pressured by money, that you might be now run by that same money, that those same donors might be running you to correct the ship and to focus yourselves on eulogizing Charlie as something and someone that never once flinched, never once for a single second doubted the Israeli cause.
Hmm. Yeah, so that was that. And I don't know what's going on with the plane situation. I'm definitely going to have to look into that. If you guys happen to have anything that you would like to send me, please do. I'll take a look at it. We have to get to the bottom of this. I think Candace is doing some good work, certainly more than others. FBI. Anyways, guys, that's going to be it for today. If this video helped you out, please like, share, subscribe, join the family, guys. I'd love to have you join the family. We're trying to change this culture, and we know things need to change, so please help me change it. That being said, if you need me for anything, please reach out. I'm always here. I love you all. I wish you a lovely day. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye, guys.